Hello, my strong friends. Today I'm gonna give you guys an update on my, I think we're calling it 75-day keto adventure. I'm going up to 100 days, so I'll check back in when that hits. But what we're gonna do is look at some of my progress indicators and check back in, let you guys know how I feel, if I like it, is it worth it, what do I think? So stay tuned. All right, you guys, I just weighed in and I am 140.8 pounds, which I believe would be an all-time low. Okay, not all-time, not my whole entire life, but I think it would be about a 2-year low. Usually I get down to this body weight when I'm powerlifting. I'm a powerlifter. Well, I used to be a powerlifter, I guess. I haven't competed in a while. Just life's been a little cray-cray. But usually I cut down to the 138 pound weight class. And to do that, I usually diet down to about this body weight, like 142, so a little bit heavier than this body weight. And then I just water cut the rest. So getting down to 138 pounds for me is just water cutting. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm at a static body weight there. When I was trying to collect my thoughts with getting this video ready for you guys and giving you guys another update, I was preparing myself to tell you that I hadn't really lost much weight since the 30 days. But since then, I have gotten down to a new, what I would like to call like a 2-year low. So I haven't seen this body weight in quite some time. And yeah, that's just one progress indicator though. Keep in mind, a lot of people are really focused on that progress indicator, body weight. But for me, I would rather be heavier and have my body look better. Do you know what I mean? I prefer tracking the progress indicator of body composition changes, just because I feel like that means more to me in my life. I don't really care how much I weigh, and I'm no longer competing in powerlifting, so I really don't care how much I weigh. So yeah, very interesting. I have continued to lose body weight, and that's just one way to track progress, track what's going on. Like I said, I was definitely preparing to tell you guys that like my weight loss has completely stalled, but it hasn't. So that's just one thing to note with the diet. I think you may experience an initial weight loss right off the bat, and it may get discouraging throughout as you continue on. All right, just took my progress video. To be honest, comparing it to my 30-day mark, I don't notice too much of a change. Maybe I need to analyze those videos a little more clearly, but I think that's interesting. Just in the same way that I didn't really lose much more weight from my 30-day mark, I haven't noticed too much of a body composition change from those 30-day to like 75. So that's interesting. I know a lot of people who do keto or try keto. A lot of the comments that I've seen, people have said, well, I started keto, I initially lost weight, and then it just stopped. And I think it's important to remind ourselves and everyone that the laws of thermodynamics are not invalid because you're not eating carbs anymore. You're still going to need to get into a caloric deficit if you want to lose weight. That's definitely been the case here. I haven't been focused on getting to a caloric deficit, which has been cool because I've been able to enjoy food and not focus too much on restricting calories. Obviously, I'm restricting carbohydrates and just not reaching for them ever, but I am still eating to full satiety, which is usually not the case when I'm trying to get down to this low of either body fat or body weight. So great. I think I knew this, and hopefully a lot of you guys know this. Just because you eat keto, or just because you eat really low fat, or just because you eat a certain diet, whatever diet you want, doesn't mean that you're going to lose weight or lose body fat if that's your goal. You still have to have some sort of calorie control. Calories in versus calories out, and energy expenditure and how much you're burning throughout the day, that is going to determine how much you weigh. So it's not a magic pill. I would still need to continue dieting and restricting calories if I wanted to continue losing weight, but that's not my goal. So, reminder. In my 30-day video, I covered an overview of what keto really is. And basically, just as a reminder, it's a really high-fat, low-carb diet. And the point of the diet is to get into something called ketosis. So that you guys can get an articulate overview of what ketosis means, I'm gonna put an overview right here. But to measure ketosis, you have to monitor your blood. There are breath meters and urine meters, but they're not quite as accurate as the blood meter is. So let me show you guys this. I found a recommended blood meter by a couple of YouTube videos, and basically you have, this is the meter, and then in the pack from Keto Coach, not sponsored, never worked with them before, you have a finger prick, the needles that you use to change out every time you use it, and of course the test strip. So you basically put this in there and test your blood to see if you're in nutritional ketosis. So today, let's show you guys whether or not I am. I honestly haven't tested myself in over a week, so we'll see how I'm doing. I've got my test strip ready. I'm going to put in the meter, and then it turns on. So I washed my hands. Let's stab myself, finger prick. You're not really supposed to do this, but I just can't get a solid drop of blood without putting some pressure on my finger. See? What the heck?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Ow!
Did it hurt?
There we go.
Okay.
That's a good beat. And now she's ready for my blood. You just hold it there until it counts down for you. Bad keto girl.
Do you think it was the double doubles? The animal style?
We had In-N-Out yesterday. Yeah, the animal style, that sauce may have carbs in it.
What is it, Thousand Island?
Just kidding. Remember when we talked about progress indicators? Well, those are more important to me than being in ketosis. I do want to be in ketosis because of the experiment. I want to do it right, and I'm so close. A reading of 0.5 through 0.8 is considered light nutritional ketosis, and that's what most of my readings have me in, that range. Today, I am not in it, so that's disappointing because I want to continue to be in ketosis for the duration of the experiment. But the eating habits and the results that I've gotten from my experiment are worth more to me than the title or the state of ketosis. So if you're doing keto for the purpose of more serious health conditions, then you would definitely want to monitor this more closely. I'm doing it as an experiment and to see if I can reach some personal, mostly physique, health goals. So as long as I'm reaching those, me as a person is happy. Me as the YouTuber who's trying to do this experiment and stay in ketosis for an accurate explanation of what it really feels like and is, I'm not too happy with that result, but you see what I mean. Let's cover what I'm eating on this journey. Every morning I have a coffee and I put heavy whipping cream in it, which is not something I would normally do, but since I'm eating higher fat, I can indulge. And let me tell you, it is so delicious. It is so worth it. It just makes me very happy. It's like I'm drinking a latte every single morning, which is a treat. Usually we eat about 2 meals a day. We have a late lunch and maybe not a late lunch, like lunchtime we just eat breakfast food, so I guess a late breakfast. And then we'll have a snack, a small snack before we work out, and then a big dinner. So I'll show you guys what I eat all day. One of the most frequently asked questions is what we're eating on the keto diet, and our breakfast, late breakfast or lunch, which is lunch, but breakfast foods has not changed at all. It's not changed at all. I would eat this regardless of what kind of diet I was on, and that's eggs and bacon. Simple eggs and bacon. Usually we make an egg scramble. The only difference is that I would usually have more egg whites than what you'll see in this example that I'm about to show you. But this meal does not change, except for the fact that I would be more aware and more mindful of how much fat is in this dish. So it is a freeing thing to not worry about how much fat I'm getting in from egg yolks or bacon, which eggs and bacon is like my go-to meal. It just makes my first meal of the day so easy. Today we are adding brisket that Ryan cooked over the weekend. Do you want to show them the brisket scramble?
It's like a skillet.
So we're having brisket. Brisket fat is definitely not something that we would usually do, but it is kind of fun to play around with more varieties of meat and barbecue, especially now because we are homeowners, so we've been barbecuing. So yeah, brisket and eggs is what's on the menu for today. We do try to mix up the source of protein that we're getting, the animal protein that we're getting. So we'll try to have fish a couple nights a week. We'll do to-go sushi and chicken. Sometimes we'll do chicken thighs. So we do mix it up. You may not see that within any one given day, but throughout the week, we're definitely making sure that we have a good variety of different sources of protein. One of the big things that I addressed in my 30-day update was whether or not the keto diet was sustainable. And that tends to be an argument for people who disagree with the diet or don't think that it's a relatively healthy thing. In my opinion, if I were to look at the food quality and the food content and compare to any other time of eating where I'm not trying to do keto, I would say I'm more aware of my nutrition choices. I'm more conscious of grabbing whole food items and vegetables. I'm eating more vegetables than ever. I am definitely getting more dairy, more red cuts of meat and fattier cuts of meat, which people disagree with that just morally in general. As far as choosing more animal products, I'd say I'm probably eating 10% more meat than what I usually do. So I don't think it's not like I'm doing the carnivore diet, if you know what I mean. I'm not eating only meat. Those are examples of how it's changed. And I do think, at least for me, that it is a sustainable diet in regards to my food choices and restricting myself. If I had to eat this way forever, I don't think I would be too upset about it. A couple of caveats there. I do think compared to your average eater, my body is able to get to ketosis or reach ketosis without restricting carbs that much. Usually I'm eating anywhere between 50 and 70 grams of carbs a day, and still, aside from today, my bad, in that nutritional ketosis level. And still the blood meter is telling me that I'm in ketosis while having that many carbs. My carbs are coming from solely vegetables and the odd supplement that may have some sugar in it. So I've been taking Noon tablets as a way to get electrolytes, and there are like 1 gram of sugar in there. But other than that, my carbs are coming from vegetables. which is fine with me. I think generally my body may thrive on a lower carb diet and not really like a higher carb diet. I've done both throughout my time. I did the paleo diet years and years ago, maybe like 6 or 7 years ago, and it was really easy. It was easy for me to find nutrition habits that I enjoyed and meals that I enjoyed while reaching some physique goals and being really happy and confident with my physique and not feeling like I had more body fat than I was comfortable with or really needed to live a happy life. When other people point out the sustainability piece, again, there's different ways to think of sustainability. Like, is it healthy to continue doing this for a long period of time? And is it sustainable, as in, are you not driving yourself crazy trying to do this diet? For the latter, I think we all understand that I can happily do this forever if I needed to. For the first one, however, many people cannot reach ketosis and eat as many carbs as I am. Everyone's different, and as I've seen other people go through this journey of trying to reach ketosis, some people can reach it up to 60, 70 grams of carbs like me, and some people need to get way down there and limit themselves. Now, when you're doing that and you can only reach ketosis by getting 30, 40, or lower grams of carbs, you can start to imagine that that would inspire, or I guess force someone who is really committed to getting to ketosis, that would force someone to really consider cutting the amount of vegetables that they're getting. So for me, I haven't really had to deal with that, or I haven't had to kind of cross that bridge. And for me, that would be a sacrifice that I wouldn't really be willing to make.
We're getting ready for the gym. I'm about to eat a chicken salad. So I've just got this mix. We had this for dinner the other day, but I'm gonna try to get something in me before we go train. So chicken salad, mayonnaise, celery, red onion, purple onion, whatever you call it, and grapes. I heard that's like the wettest thing to do is put grapes in your chicken salad, but it tastes delish, okay? And then just like a cabbage kale mix from Trader Joe's. My go-to workout snack is a handful of macadamia nuts. The bomb, super dense, so you kind of get the energy that you need, and they're delicious. All right, I've managed to go to the gym and not record anything. Had a little bit of a light day. We're on a deload week on Stronger by the Day this week. So the big question when it comes to training is, has the new diet affected my training? Hard to answer that. One, I'm not training for powerlifting, so the intensity of my workouts is generally lower than what it would usually be. I 100% would not do keto if I were prepping for a powerlifting meet. I don't have the advantage of supplementing with carbohydrates before my workout, during, or after. So that's not really a possibility. So yeah, you just lose that intra workout and pre-post workout nutrition, and carbohydrates do come in handy, at least when it comes to energy, in my opinion, recovery, and so on. So yeah, I wouldn't do this diet if I were training for a powerlifting meet. I wouldn't suggest anyone do that. But overall, for general training and training for general strength and just to keep whatever strength I do have, I don't think it's been difficult to maintain that and get good workouts in. Breaking from the keto talk, Ryan just got a couple of sheets of plywood and he's going to start installing some of our platforms in the gym, which will be exciting. He also got rubber, so you can kind of see that's not exactly how it will be, but there'll be rubber on each side of the platform, and that's for weightlifting. You could deadlift on there, you could do all kinds of lifting, and yeah, let me know if you guys want to see a video on how to make that. Can incorporate it into one of these vlogs that I've been doing. All right, guys, it's dinner time, post-workout. We got home a little earlier than expected. I'm putting together salad, so I got these huge bowls, pretty big bowls, full of greens, spring mix, and spinach. And then I'm going to roast some broccoli. I found a cool broccoli, avocado, basil recipe, so I can use some of my herbs that I have growing up in the back. And then I just like try to load it up with as many vegetables as possible.
Ryan has informed me that it is indeed National Brisket Day, so we're having brisket again. Honestly, I think it's because we just defrosted it from the fridge or from the freezer, so we're gonna just make sure we don't have to keep it in the fridge for much longer, and we need to go grocery shopping. So usually we don't have brisket all day, but today we're just keeping it real, and we do, but I'm trying to balance it out by making sure we get a ton of veggies. So that's a typical dinner for us. Usually we just do a big ass salad for dinner and a protein on top. Definitely I'll put some nuts, and I will be cooking the broccoli with some oil and avocado, of course, for fat. And I gotta show you, I am partaking, and I have been partaking in a glass or two of wine a night. It's just quarantine feels and being bored at home. I'm drinking wine. I'm drinking more wine than usual, but that's okay. The salad that I'm making, I did roast some broccoli. Okay, I kind of burnt it a little bit, but I'm going to mix this mixture. It's avocado, 1 clove of garlic, olive oil, salt, and pepper. I'm going to mix that in, and it'll make this nice broccoli mixture and kind of serve as the salad dressing, also a topping. Definitely putting a little bit of olive oil and my veggies in my salad, and then we'll throw the brisket on top. It'll be amazing. I did steal this recipe. Well, not steal, but I'm using this roasted broccoli salad from a keto, easy everyday keto book that I got from Costco. It is really good. And you could just eat it without any greens, but I want to make sure that I'm getting in enough greens today. And I can't forget that the most important ingredient to this is basil. I took fresh basil from the garden. I have a little garden outside. It's very exciting.
You got meat.
You got broccoli and vegetables.
All right, you guys, that's all for my keto 75-day update. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I feel like I touched on enough of the points that I wanted to and a lot of the questions that y'all have been asking me. I guess to wrap it all up, remember that there are many performance indicators. Body weight is just one of them. And for me, body weight is not the most important all the time. And my performance indicators and what I'm paying attention to or especially interested in regarding how I'm eating and how I'm training, they can change over time, and over the span of a year, they adjust and change. Also, just because they're my performance indicators doesn't mean that they should be yours. And this shirt is on backwards. What am I right now? What am I doing? Keep in mind, this is just an experiment that I'm trying. Ryan's trying it too, and we're trying to get a good understanding of the diet, whether or not it's something that we like to do, and also help us when we work with other clients and when I make other YouTube videos or talk about certain diets on Instagram. I'll have a perspective that is unique and my own that I can help other people along, whether that be to deter them away from keto or suggest that they might want to try it, and if they do try it, how to make it as painless as possible. So keep in mind that my experience is entirely my own. This is not something that I'd recommend doing if you're peaking or getting ready for a powerlifting meet. I know I've said that before. I just wouldn't recommend that. I don't think it's an ideal diet for that. I don't think that's a secret. I haven't really noticed a drop in strength or anything, but I do have a little bit less energy than I would if I were programming in a pre, intra, and post-workout carbs. So keep that in mind with my wrap up. Also, a training note, I don't feel much different in day 75 than I did in 25. So overall, that's been pretty consistent throughout the entire process. So that's my 75-day update. I do plan on going to 100 days even. So I'll update you guys whenever I get to that point. I'm very close at the time of posting this. So we will see. That will come soon. If you guys have questions that you want me to cover in the next update, then please do let me know. And last thing, I want to show you guys something.
I shared this on Instagram, but I am currently studying for the sorry, let me grab my huge book. This is the Essentials of Strength and Conditioning for the NSCA
CSCS test. I shared on Instagram that I was taking this test. I've been studying like crazy. I'm still early in my journey of studying, but if there are any YouTube videos that you guys want me to make on this or share my learning, haven't grasped the ATP concept entirely, at least in this way, in depth yet, but I just started on that. But if there are any videos that you guys can think of that you want me to share in my journey studying for this, then let me know. I'll definitely create this for you guys, and I will see you in the next video. If you enjoyed my keto update, please do give the video a like and subscribe to my channel. All right, bye.